Hello, great people. Welcome back to Global Happenings. Today, we're so excited to have you again. The continuous detention of Nnamdi Kanu, which has now been okayed by the appeal court, is a serious concern and a serious disturbance to the Igbo community. Right away, right now, so many reactions are coming out, and even the Northerners have reacted to it. And as we all know, they will always queue behind their person. But however, I'll give you full details of this reaction and the recommendation a top Igbo chieftain has given to Ndibos about the move by Buhari to still keep Nnamdi Kanu in DSS custody. We're going to be looking at all of this in a jiffy. Now, according to the news, the candidate of the People Democratic Party (PDP) for Iliato North Stroke South Federal Constituency in Imo State, Ikenga Imo Ugochininyere, has described the continued detention of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, despite three different court orders as disrespect to the Igbo people. Berating President Muhammadu Buhari-led All Progressive Congress (APC) federal government on Friday, Ugochinyere urged the Igbo people to disrespect the Buhari APC government with zero votes in 2023. Recall that the Court of Appeal sitting in Abuja has acquitted Kanu of the terrorism charges filed against him and ordered his release. The Federal High Court Umuahia also ordered Kanu's release and ordered the federal government to return him to Kenya where he was illegally extradited. And High Court in Abia State had also given a judgment in favor of the Igbo leader. Ugochinyere, in a press statement on Friday, said Kanu's continued detention despite these court judgments shows that the government does not have respect for the rule of law. He added that the development is a proof that President Muhammadu Buhari does not have regards for the Igbo people. He said for Buhari's disdain towards them, Igbo, Idiato and Imo people should pay him and his party by mobilizing massively against all candidates of the ruling party, the APC, at all levels. According to his statement, I quote, he said, "I have observed with dismay the continued detention of Nnamdi Kanu by the federal government despite three recent court judgments in his favor. This total disregard for court judgment by this administration has shown that the APC government does not have an iota of respect for the judiciary. Not only that, this development is also an indication that President Buhari is calling Igbos fool. It is surprising that the president can be sanctioning this reckless and illegal action of his men and agencies despite saying it openly many times that only the court will determine Nnamdi Kanu's fate. This government action is an affront to Igbos, especially our traditional and religious leaders who have approached Buhari on Kanu's issue many times with him insisting that the court will be allowed to handle the case. This hate and disrespect for the Igbos by the president and his government should not be allowed to continue without the Igbos replying in a manner that will show their annoyance. I therefore call on all Igbos to reply Buhari in the same coin by rejecting APC candidate at all levels at the polls. Igbos should give zero votes to all APC candidates from top to bottom to display their grievances against the government. A government that does not respect Igbos and their leaders should not be rewarded with a vote. Meanwhile, in another development, former presidential aspirant Adamu Gaba has said that the decision of the Court of Appeal in Abuja to halt the execution of its judgment, which freed Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, of terrorism charges, is the best. It has been reported that Abuja Appeal Court ordered that the enforcement of the judgment discharging Kanu be put on hold. It held that the counter affidavit filed against the government application by Kanu's legal team led by Magazeume was misleading. Now we have a genuine order keeping terrorism. Nnamdi Kanu in DSS custody is the best. That was what he wrote. He said the appeal court has done an excellent job. I was shocked when the court in Umuahia ordered him to be returned to Kenya. I immediately imagined the judges held hostage by ESN. Those were the words of Garba Adamu, chieftain of the ruling All Progressive Congress, on his verified Twitter page. I'll read it again. He said, in his word, he said, now we have a genuine order. Keeping terrorist Nnamdi Kanu in DSS custody is the best. The appeal court has done an excellent job. I was shocked when the court in Umuahia ordered Kanu to be returned to Kenya. I immediately imagined the judges held by ESN. Those were the words coming from, Adamu, and it has triggered a lot of reactions from Nigerians. And I wasn't expecting anything, different from Adamu. These guys, they have the way they reason, and no need to, talk so much about. But I feel that what Ugo Chinyere has said is the best move that Ndibos will have to put forward, to prove their anger towards the disrespect, not just for their own son, but for the rule of law, the supremacy of the law. And I feel that the repeated publishing of the statement of the president in respect to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu when elders visited him, Igbo elders visited him in Abuja, should touch his mind. Because as a president, if your word is not your bond, then there's a serious question mark. When they approach him and seek for political solution to it, people were expectant. All of a sudden, when he came up again, he told Nigerians that the only way that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be released is via the court, that the court will have to do their biddings. And if they vindicate him at the end of the day, he will be released. And whatever the outcome of the court, they will stand by it. That was what the president said. And everybody were like, oh, we need to employ better hands. Ifeanyi Ejiofor has done a great job, but we need someone who can also work assiduously with him for there to be victory. And they brought in Mike Ezehome. And after Mike Ezehome came on board, they were working together. All of a sudden, victory came. But it has been short-lived, or put on hold until, whatever they put out there in the Supreme Court. And we already know that the issue of Supreme Court is not being paid by international organization. They are paid by the executive here in Nigeria. So even there, already we know that it may not go in favor of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You understand? So it's really troubling. But just like Ugochukwu or Ugochi has rightly said, the ideal way of rewarding them is to let them understand that even if we do not have a hand to execute or to carry out judgment or court order, but we have a place that we will hold you guys, and you will know that truly we exist. And I feel that with the expression of the intent or the plan or proposed plan of Nibos, those who are in different position of leadership in the southeast and who are part of APC should wake up immediately and send a message to the president that all of these will kind of diminish and also make nonsense of our party, especially in the southern part of the country. Something must be done speedily, because there's no way, if this kind of decision have been taken and they refuse to obey that, then the Igbos will support them, ABC government. However, that's what